Hey creatives, it's your girl Janice, the Patch Princess, and I'm coming to you today to talk about creating boxes and all of the different things you can do with only a few patches. So, the materials we're using today are our visor, our crossbody, and we have a shirt. So, we're creating a $75 box, and the products we're using is a total cost of $25. I think it's a little less than $25, but I'm saying $25 because that should be the total of the three items, which is the visor, the bag, and a t-shirt, as well as all of the patches and the transfer for the t-shirt. So $25 to complete this entire look. And your profit potential is $50. So like I said, I sell this box for $75, $25 in all to create the box. So let's start. Okay, so we're gonna start first with the crossbody, people. I wanna teach you how to patch a crossbody, which is not that different from creating the jacket. So as I previously showed you, if you watched the jacket video, to do your layout first. So I've already did my layout, and I'm gonna step ahead because I've already pretty much peeled off the back of most of my patches, right? Okay, so I peeled off most of my patches, but the ones I haven't, so I definitely have to make sure all of the paper is pulled off. Okay, so let's start my layout quickly. And just to show you how quickly you can create this if you are prepared. Okay, so I have my layout. So in total, this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patches, okay? So again, I have completely laid out my patches. My heat is at 300. And like I said, between 300 and 315. This is a crossbody, so I'm gonna stay at about 300. So now I have it laid out. I'm gonna press it for 15 seconds. While I'm pressing, I'm getting all my patches together for my visor. So for my visor, I can do it either on my heat press or on my cap press, but I'm gonna do it on a heat press. For those of you that do not currently have a cap press, and you want to be able to do hats. So, okay. So again, I am allowing my patches to cool rather, before I move it. Okay, crossbody done. So let's move on to the visor, right? Let's pull quickly. Okay, so we have 3 small patches for the visor. So let's start with the top of the visor. So I'm gonna lay this on top of the visor. So I already have my Teflon sheet on top, you guys. So I'm gonna place it where I wanna place it, and I'm gonna go ahead and adhere it to the top of the visor, and I'm gonna press it. So because the visor rim is kind of circular, I'm going to roll the visor from side to side just to make sure each side is adhering. Okay, so that's the top. So let's do the lips. Same thing, because it's a little circular, I'm going to hold it with my thumb and then I'm going to press it, but I'm also going to roll from side to side. I'm also going to roll from side to side just to make sure. And pretty much, creatives, it's up to you to determine how long you have it pressed. Simply because it's not being held down, the timer is not on it. So you do not need to press down for long. And it's adhered. Okay, and this is the third patch. Same thing. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm careful to catch every side and every angle of each patch, which is very, very easy, because you just wanna go back. So right here, I have a little bit I need to press down. So just go ahead back, hold it, and then you're pressing firmly. You're gonna make sure you're applying enough pressure that it adheres. Okay, so visor done. So let's get to the T. So as I told you all, with these t-shirts and with these transfers, you want to press at 285, 300 you can, but I would suggest 285. I'm going to keep the press where it is, simply because I'm a pro at this and I know how to maneuver. But just a little tip, 285, 15 seconds. So I've already cut this out. So for me, I think it's easier to cut a little outline of your transfer so you don't have a lot of excess transfer paper around, which sometimes makes it a little harder to peel. So I'm gonna make sure my transfer is centered. I'm pressing it down, smoothing out any wrinkles. Okay, making sure my transfer is at the top, making sure it's smooth, and I'm going to press down for 15 seconds. Okay, so just going back over our bag and our visor, which probably took maybe about 2 to 3 minutes to do both of those. So, okay, so the transfer, like I said, we want to press it for the 15 seconds and we want it to cool. Typically, I just leave it on unless I'm doing multiple. Now, if I'm doing multiple transfers, I'll typically have all of my transfers stacked and ready. I'll press maybe about 5 shirts down, stack them to the side, go back to the first shirt, peel, depending on how many I'm trying to get out, how quickly I want to work. Okay, so this is still a little hot. So let me fan it just a little. Press down on it, fan it a little. Okay, now I want to pull. So I'm starting at the top and I'm slowly pulling, but I'm also pressing down. So, okay, so I have a lift and I'm gonna let Bree bring the camera a little closer so I can show you all how to remedy this problem. So sometimes you may have a little lift if the heat is still real hot on the transfer. So right here, for instance, just 2 of the transfers have lifted, if you can see it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back, press it down a little, then I'm gonna come with my thumb and I'm gonna place my thumb over the 2 that's lifting and just continue to pull, which that helped lay them down. So I'm going to continue to pull the rest of the transfer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tape, the scissors, cut this little piece off. And I'm going to start it at another section and start pulling. So I'm taking my time and pull. I have another little piece that came up, so I'm just going to take my thumb, put over it, just to place it back down. And I'm going to start again, just pulling slowly. As you can see where I placed my thumb at, the spangle is now down, and this is why we always should do a final press, just to make sure if any spangle just happen to loosen up when pulling, you can adhere that down. Okay. I'm taking my time. Okay, so I got cleared the transfer. Now I'm going to press.
Come back to the door.
Okay. So we have a shirt, the visor, and a bag in less than 5 to 6 minutes, you guys. $50 profit, $25 investment. Patch Princess, bye.